Hello, this is Clickface Creations, and today we're doing a part 2 of making a website with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you haven't, go watch part 1. Since yesterday on part 1, I went on Google Fonts and linked the font that I wanted. Since that font wasn't inside of VS Code, I'm gonna just say font family and write down font, and then so you're gonna say write down font family, and then you're gonna say write down you're gonna close it off, and I'm gonna just write since I'm gonna put in double quotes Comforta, since I put in double quotes because I'm linking to something that isn't like in the like is a link, not like I'm connecting to a link from Google Fonts. You see this? This is the link, but I didn't connect to it. Now I connected to it. You're wondering why did I write it in body font Comforta? Well, I'll show you. It's because it will connect to mostly anything, mostly every text, and make it Comforta. But it won't connect to a button or something like that. So you're gonna click Control S, and you're gonna open your file by going onto your folder, which is this. And since my folder is website, I'm gonna go on here and open index. You double click to open the index page. See, this is what happened. All the text, mostly all the text, except the button, became the font called Comforta. I'm gonna now head back. So now I wanna connect to the nav. I think I'm gonna add some more links since there's barely any. I'm gonna just I'm gonna do Control C. So you hover over it, you hold the click button, and then you click Control C. And the way you paste it is by click Control V. That's paste. And I'm gonna just do this 4 more times. I'm gonna click. I'm gonna change the class names. This one to A4, A3, A2, and I'm gonna just click Control S. And now when I reopen it, this is what happens. Link, link, link. And it doesn't really change, but I'm gonna now can start styling it up. This, the HTML part, we done in last video with part 1, but I'm gonna for this one video I'm gonna be doing both HTML and CSS. So you see all of this, we done this last video. So if you haven't, you should go watch the last video. So now I'm gonna just go connect to the nav. Since the name is nav, I'm gonna go to style.css. I'm gonna do .nav. I'm gonna click enter, and I'm gonna just write down font. I'm gonna just do background color. I'm gonna just put it at red so I can know how wide it is. And the reason why I'm doing a dot is because I want to connect to the nav. The class name is nav, and the way you connect to class names is do dot and then the name of the name of the class name of the thing that you're trying to connect to. The class name of my div is nav, so that's why it's .nav. I'm gonna do background color red, and I'm gonna just do I'm gonna just do width 250 pixels. Now I'm going to do enter height. So I'm going to be basically doing a sidebar like this, as you can see, like this. And I'm going to just do 100%. And click Control S. And as you can see, when I click refresh, it goes like this. But I want it to go down. These stuff are not making it work, or my height and width isn't working, but I think my width is since it went to how wide I wanted it to be. So now I'm gonna just move the items. So I'm gonna just connect to div 1 and div 2. So I'm gonna do, since the class name is div 1, I'm gonna connect to div 1, and I'm gonna just say width. Well, margin left. Margin left basically moves it around. Now I'm going to just do margin left. %. Control S. And as you can see, this moves. But the letters are moving farther. I want to put it all in one space, so I'm just gonna be heading back to here, and I want to see what the text name is, which is ptag1, and I'm gonna just go onto style.css and click enter and do enter, and I'm gonna do ptag.ptag1 and enter. I'm gonna say width 20% and click Control S, which is Control save. Basically, I'm gonna head back here and see that's what happens. But you see how on this side is pretty much uneven. Later on, I'm gonna try to fix it and make it not more uneven. So I'm gonna just do the same with this with ptag1, and I'm gonna just connect to ptag2 and I'm gonna click enter. You see the blue so div2. I'm gonna just it's saying that I spelled it wrong, but I'm just gonna ignore it because it's the class name, so the computer shouldn't really understand what I'm really spelling, since I'm just gonna be writing nonsense words basically for my class names. So I'm just gonna say div2, and width is gonna be margin left 10% like the other one. I'm just gonna do enter .ptag 2, and I'm gonna just do width, and we're just gonna go with 20% like the other one for now. And I'm going to just go refresh this page, and looks like I didn't looks like so with 20% ptag is spelled wrong, so I'm going to just capitalize it like the tag's name, and I'm going to just go back to here and then refresh the page, and see, now it's like this. But I want this one to be right here, so I'm going to just move it a little bit more farther too. I'm going to just do margin left 15, 35%, and this one to be 15%. As you see, these two's width are different. Well, like margin, how far they're gonna be moving is different, because I want to bring this up. As you can see, now I'm able to move it up. Now I can just do margin top enter margin top, and write so margin top, and write down 10%, negative 10%. So negative 10% will pull it basically. Now I'm gonna head back to the images, back, and I'm gonna just pull it up. I'm gonna keep on pulling it up, like 30% maybe will work. If it doesn't, that means that the thing is pushing it back. If it doesn't work, that means this is pushing it back, not letting it head up. And it's not, so I'm going to just fix it back and make it negative 20%. And that should work, maybe not, I'm not sure. So 25% probably will work for this, maybe 23. We're going to test out 23. So, and Control S. Move this up a little bit more. Control S, and maybe that'll work. 24, maybe 23.5. If 24 doesn't work, that means it's going to be like 23.5. But I think 24 is going to work. And yeah, probably does. And so it's 23.5. So 23.5% should do the trick. And that works. So I'm gonna now change the width to a 30%. Since something's holding back the width, I'm gonna change this to 30%. And now it's a little bit bigger than the other one, but if this one's, maybe if I change this one 30%, it'll stay at the same width as the other one. Control S. And it's too wide, so I'm going to just make it back to 20%. Maybe 22 would work. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, I'm going to now just change it, bring it back down. So I'm going to just bring it a little bit down now. So I think now 23.5 won't work. So this now is good enough. Well, kind of. I'm going to do it 22. Maybe 22.5 would work, but we'll see. So 22. And Control refresh. And it's a little bit too low, so I'm going to go to 22.5 and click Control S. Maybe now that might work. And yeah. So now I'm going to bring this down. Since it's not working, we'll just go with plan B. So now I'm going to head back to nav. Since height isn't working, I'm just going to get rid of this. Maybe if display flex doesn't work, then I'm just going to go with plan B. But this is right now like my plan A, so no, display flex doesn't really work with this. So I'm going to just get rid of display flex and enter. Now I'm going to just go enter and write down. I'm going to delete height. Since height isn't working, I'm just going to do padding bottom, which will just do the same as height. I'm going to just do 100%, so it brings it all the way down. If it might go over, and it does go over, so I'm going to just change it to like 80 maybe, and click Control S, and I'm going to refresh this page. So 80 is a little bit too big, so I'm going to just go with 50 maybe. 50 might work. 50% will probably work, and we'll see, and probably not. Right. Now I'm going to just fix the margin for this. I'm gonna do margin top. In top, margin top. I'm gonna do top. So I'm gonna do margin top and write down -3%. Maybe that'll work. And like, what this is gonna do is right now pulling it up, and if 3% doesn't really work, so maybe 1%. Since 3% was really powerful on it, I was pulling it a little bit too up, and 1.5 maybe. So maybe 9%, 1.9%, and 1.9 is a little bit too powerful, so I'm gonna just go with 3%, 1.3. Yes, exactly like I wanted it. Now this needs to head back up, so I'm gonna just go into here, and now I'm just gonna connect to items. Since items will just bring both of them up, so I'm gonna just do enter dot items. And just do enter items. And I'm gonna just write down I'm gonna write down margin top -20%. We'll see if that doesn't work. So they kind of got pulled up, but I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna just make it margin bottom -20%, which will pull the stuff under to it. So like this, you see, it'll pull it up. So now I'm gonna just do -450 maybe, and that probably will work for it. And yes, so now I'm gonna do margin left. So the one should be like 40%, 45%, and this should be 65%, and that might work. So what it's gonna do is bring over to the middle like I wanted it to. So now I'm gonna need to change the width for it. There looks like that there's something in between it, like a flex that's squishing it up. Right now I'm just gonna change the width to 50%, and now I'm gonna just change this one's width to 40. And that might work. Yes, kind of. We'll just change this one back to 30 maybe. Yeah, 30, and click Control S and refresh the page. Should turn out like this. It's now pushing this down a little bit, so instead of doing 22.5, I'm gonna just do 23%. And I'm gonna now refresh the page, and now it's aligned together kind of. And now I'm just gonna say now I'm gonna just make it 0.3%. Maybe that'll work. And I accidentally just closed up this, and oh my god. So I'm gonna just close this out. I'm gonna just click Control start. I'm gonna open this back up. I double clicked on it so it won't switch tabs. So I'm just now gonna 0.3 works good. So now I'm gonna start working on here. Now I'm gonna just do So I'm gonna just connect to A1 right now. So I'm gonna do dot A1 and do with auto. So or 250 pixels. I want it the same width as the other one. So margin bottom. I'm gonna move the items under margin bottom. And so it's in margin bottom. I'm gonna just do 5%. No, 3. I'm gonna click Control Save, and I'm gonna just add a tag right here, a. So and I'm gonna, since this line under here is really annoying, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do text description. Since I did A, it's connecting to all my links. To I'm gonna say none. So I'm gonna click Control Save. You see the blue? You see like the underline? I'm gonna get rid of it. See now the underline's pretty much just gone. I'm gonna just do a background color. I'm gonna just do background color red, blue. I'm gonna just do blue for it just adds so I know how wide it is. I'm just gonna do red so it can pop out. And now I'm gonna bring it back down a little bit. So I'm gonna bring. Go ahead. I'm gonna just change the margin bottom to top and do 30%, which might work, but I'm probably gonna have to bring it down a little bit more. So yeah, it's not working. So I'm gonna have to see what's in between. There's probably I'm gonna do this display content. I'm gonna head to here and do enter display flex. I'm gonna just do flex. Actually, I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna just do enter justify content. I'm gonna just do center and click Control S. It doesn't work since I've done content. Now I'm gonna just go write down. Since it's not working, I'm just gonna use sign up and just actually I'm gonna just use this. So I'm gonna connect to the title. So since I'm gonna go to index page, I want to see the index page's name. So it doesn't have a name. I'm gonna just add a name: class title nav. You don't have to do a title nav as your class name, but I'm just doing it as just for this video, but like you don't really have to. I'm gonna do dot title nav and do margin bottom 10%. I'm gonna do background color white to know where it is right now. So white and Control S, and I'm gonna just change this justify content center, and I'm gonna just click Control S too. And so now when I refresh it, the background colors. So the background colors from all the way. So it's moving this stuff down. Now I'm just gonna change it to capitals. So text. I'm gonna go to text transform capitalize and click Control S. This will capitalize the letters, and since That didn't work. I'm just gonna connect. Just change the letters. I'm gonna change these letters to click face creations. Okay. And click Control S. I'm gonna open this. And see, since it's capitalized, I'm gonna lower. I'm gonna just go with click face. And click Control S. Click face. Now I'm gonna just bring the text under. So I'm gonna just go bring the text pretty much under. But after that, so okay, I'm gonna do enter. Since I click face, I'm gonna just do. Since I'm gonna now just margin bottom 30%. Control S. That will work. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and like the video, and see you in part 2.